Hello students, so in this video we'll see the superior view of the skull, also known as norma verticalis. Now if you see the shape of norma verticalis is it is oval in shape. It is somewhat narrow in its front part while it is broader in its posterior part. Now how this norma verticalis is formed, if you see the bones which contribute to formation of the norma verticalis is anteriorly this bone, the single bone is your frontal bone. If you see, this is your frontal bone. Behind the frontal bone there are two bones on either side, that is your parietal bone, and further behind if you see the posterior most part, this is your occipital bone. So the upper part of the upper squamous part of the occipital bone also contributes to this superior view, or you can say the norma verticalis. Now what are the sutures that you encounter while you see this superior view? So if you see the anterior most, this is your frontal bone. Behind the frontal bone on either side you have got the parietal bone. So between the frontal and the parietal, this two parietal bone, this suture which goes side by side is known as the coronal suture. So this suture is known as coronal suture. If you trace this coronal suture on either side, it goes downwards and forward. Goes downward and forward. Behind this coronal suture, between these two parietal bone, the another suture which is there in the midline is known as the sagittal suture. So this hole is your sagittal suture which lies between the two parietal bone. Another suture which you are able to see is between this posterior part of the parietal bone, and then this is the squamous occipital bone. So between them, this suture, this inverted Y-shaped suture, what you are able to see is known as the lambdoid suture. So this much is your lambdoid suture. This one is the lambdoid suture. Frontal bone as developmentally derives from the two half. So sometimes between this there, in 3 to 5% of the cases, the another suture line you can able to see sometimes. It known as the matopic suture. It is present in 3 to 5% of the cases if the fusion of this bone doesn't occur. Usually the fusion occurs in early phase of the life. So these are the sutures which encounter in the norma verticalis. Other features which you are able to see is there is a point between over this sagittal suture known as the highest point of the sagittal suture. So this point somewhere over here is the highest point of the sagittal suture. If you see in laterally, it is midway between the 2 points. The anterior-most point over here, the root of the nose known as the glabella, and the posterior most point which is over here region, that is occipital bone, known as the external occipital protuberance. So midway between this external occipital protuberance and this glabella, this point is the highest, known as the highest point on the sagittal suture, and it is known as the vertex. So vertex is nothing but it is the highest point on the sagittal suture. In front of the vertex, if you see this, there is a junction between this coronal suture and this sagittal suture. The point over here is known as the bragma. So bragma is the meeting point of the coronal suture as well as the sagittal suture, and this is the site where the anterior frontanelle lies. This anterior frontanelle, it is present. This area is open during the initial phase of the life, and it fuses by 18 to 24 months of the life. If you trace this sagittal suture posteriorly along with this lambdoid suture, the meeting point of this sagittal suture and the lambdoid suture, the point over here is known as the lambda. On your sagittal suture, in the posterior part or in front of the lambda, 2 to 3 centimeter in front of the lambda, if you see, there is a point, there is an opening on either side of the sagittal suture. In this skull, you are able to see a single opening over here. The another opening in other skull lies over here. These openings are known as the parietal foramina, and through this parietal foramina, the emissary vein communicates the vein which are on external surface of the scalp internally to the superior sagittal sinus, which is there into the interior of the vault. The point between these two parietal foramina is known as the obelion. Now if you see laterally, there is a line which arises in front anteriorly in relation to this part known as what is known as the zygomatic process of the frontal bone. if you trace over here, there is a single line which extends upward and backward, and as it reaches to this parietal bone, it divides into the two parts, the superior one and the inferior one. This line is known as the temporal line, and the superior component of it is known as superior temporal line. The inferior component is known as the inferior temporal line. The superior temporal line, if you trace it, it fades somewhere in relation to this parietal bone, while the inferior temporal line, if you trace, it goes backward, downward, and then it arch to come in the front, and then it comes over here in relation to this zygomatic process to form the superior margin of this external acoustic meatus. So this is your temporal line. Apart from this, another feature which you are able to see in the parietal bone, this area is known as the parietal eminence or the parietal tuber. The prominence which is there in relation to the parietal bone is known as parietal eminence, and this is the commonest site to get the fracture. So this is regarding your norma verticalis.